Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm Andy Buck. Really good to be talking to you guys today. I'm going to be taking a little bit of a different approach, probably from a lot of the drone vendors and things that are here. Rather than looking at data collection of assets with UAVs, what I'm here to talk about today is actually more on the logistics side, so bringing cargo from one place to another, and here specifically to offshore oil platforms. So what is the challenge? I mean, today, offshore oil platforms, obviously they're in a remote location. They're away from shore, and there can often be a need to get goods out on a timely basis or bring back supplies, samples, things like that from the shore, from the platform as well. The challenge here is it can be very expensive to get those goods out and back. It can be dangerous, and it can also be a scheduling issue. Sometimes you might have time-sensitive samples that you need to get back, or some goods that you need to get out to the platform as well, and you don't necessarily always have a helicopter on standby ready to go at the time you need it. So helicopters are the way that it's done today. Generally, that's how those goods are going to get there out to the platform. They're going to get back, samples and things are going to come back that way as well. Again, the main challenge here is, from a safety perspective, you're putting people in the air. And really what we're here to talk about today is, taking that person out of that potentially dangerous situation, providing a more cost-effective way to do the good transfers, and being able to have that on standby pretty much at any time you're able to get your goods to or from that platform. So drones are really, versus manned aviation, a much more cost-effective, on a per-trip basis, way to get goods to and from an oil platform. This same methodology can be used, obviously, onshore, from a warehouse out to a remote location, a work site. The same things apply. What we're looking at here is utilizing a drone. The one pictured here has a 35-pound payload capacity. We have another option up to 50-pound payload capacity as well. These can have a range out to platforms 30 miles out, potentially even extended out if you can swap batteries on the other end. So looking as far as even 60 miles offshore, the ability to bring that cargo to and from. So the advantages of going this route, again, it's lower operating costs. It's one of the big ones. A higher level of safety, taking that person out of that potentially dangerous situation of flying and landing on that platform. But I think one of the most critical ones is actually the on-demand capability you have here. That asset can always be ready to be deployed and ready to fly on a moment's notice. So as situations can be dynamic, if samples need to be sent back, or if there was a medical situation on that platform and you needed to get some specific, anything really out to them on a timely basis, the drone can be ready to go, versus a helicopter may not always be available on short notice to be able to do that. The other thing is ease of deployment. The drones that we offer are fully autonomous. There's really very minimal piloting skills involved. It's really about plotting a route, and the drone will fly itself completely autonomously from there. Just showing an example here, this would be an example of how this can be set up. Basically, you would have a pre-planned route from your onshore base out to your platform. We'd be utilizing a vision guide and precision landing system on board the UAV. So basically, when it gets out to the platform, it would know the very specific spot it's to land, and land with extremely high precision. You would have one flight route going out and a different route coming back. This would enable you to have potentially multiple drones in use at the same time, or going to multiple different platforms, basically just creating sort of virtual highways. This is the software that's actually used to plot your routes. It's touchscreen. It's really simple and intuitive. It allows you to save and reload that exact same mission over and over. So basically, every single time that you're going to be launching that drone out to the platform, it's going to fly the exact same route every single time, and it's extremely highly repeatable. Same thing happens on the return trip as well. We also provide the ability to have the drone land on the platform, drop its cargo, take off and return to shore without any human interaction actually on that platform as well. So I've got a short video here, basically just showing the system in operation. So this is integrated with a servo-actuated drop system. So when you actually get to the drop point that you've indicated in the software, this will autonomously actually drop your cargo at that point. This can be programmed to be from in the air. You can utilize a parachute, or you can do what we call a touch and go, where basically you're going to touch down, spin down your motors, drop your cargo, and take off and fly again. Attaching your cargo on is really simple, as you can see there. Basically, we utilize a handle system, it snaps into place, and you're ready to go. The simplicity of it is really what we're going for, really trying to make this really simple, absolutely minimal training for anybody that's ever going to interact with it. And from a flight perspective, because it's all tablet-based and it's fully autonomous, there's really minimal skills required. Obviously, we would provide all of the training to any operator that was going to do this. We can offer this as a service as well, where we can be on site and the ones actually doing the operations. But it's really quite simple. Coordinating multiple flights at the same time is also made really easy because of the autonomous nature of it. We can pre-plan the routes so that we can always ensure that we have routes to each different location that they're going to need to go out, and you're going to really deconflict that airspace in that way. So these systems are mature. This isn't new technology that we're just launching and coming out with and hoping to be able to go and do these types of things. This airframe that you see here and the flight controller on board both have several thousand hours on them. So it's actually quite mature drones. Getting out to and operating onto an oil platform would be a new application for us. Primarily what we've been doing and our customers are using is onshore, so going from a depot out into the field or bringing goods from a forward operating base to a front line. Do lots of work in disaster response and mission critical situations like that as well. Here you can actually see the drone in operation. So the operator of the drone with the tablet, you get live feedback of the drone, its location, speed, heading, on a constant basis throughout that flight. Again, the simplicity of use for this is really one of the big advantages that we provide, and where we feel that we can really bring a lot of value into the offshore industry of being able to bring those goods to the platforms or returning them back. Pretty much no training. Somebody just really needs to snap the box on. There's really nothing else to do beyond that. So it's super simple, super fast. This can be put up in the air in a matter of seconds from when you need the cargo to go. So versus having to put in that request for manned aviation, get all of those clearances, let alone the cost involved with doing that, this we feel just provides a much more rapid, simple use case versus the manned aviation. So we have a product lineup to go along with this as well. So all four of these drones operate from the same touchscreen tablet. So once you're trained on one of them, you're actually really trained on all of them. They fly in the exact same way. So we could do everything from a light 5-pound lift quad rotor up to the 490, which is a heavy lift. It's a 50-pound capacity. So really we can gear the drone to the specific application, the distance requirements, the payload requirements, and we can really ensure that we're going to be providing the right product for the right application. I appreciate everybody's time today. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them, and also happy to connect with everybody after as well. Thank you very much.